So I go back, it's like 3:30. So I run into the guitar player from Saga, Ian Crichton, and I'm like, hey, you think it would be cool if I went in and saw Tull do the sound check? He's like, I don't know, man. He goes, the other day, last week, we were in Maple Leaf Gardens.
Oh, okay.
And it was a sound check. And, the only people in the building are like the people setting up the chairs.
Right.
And the road crew.
Yeah.
And he goes, Ian Anderson, he saw someone sitting like 30 rows back just watching. Mm-hmm. And imagine he took the time to like stop the sound check. And it's like, hey, what are you doing out there? Like who are you?
Right.
So I'm like, well, shit, I don't want that to happen. But yet it would be fascinating, like maybe I could like, hi, I'll just like, right now, wouldn't you want to see a Bruce Springsteen sound check?
I would, yeah, that'd be cool.
AJ, wouldn't you want to see a Nine Inch Nails sound check? So Alec, the sound man, is within this. He goes, listen, come with me, and he goes. They start the sound check at 4, so he takes me. Probably to like, it was the building only had a floor and one lower level, like one tier, sort of.
Like Sable Arena?
It might have had a second level, but he takes me like sort of like the UMBC Center.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Did I say that right?
UMBC, yeah. Like a small college basketball.
Right.
Yep. So
the sound man, he says, listen. He goes, just come with me. So I go in. I'm just like, I'm tiptoeing. So we go to the lower level and we go like basically to the last row and he says, come here. And so he had us standing in the gate. Like, in other words, if you went out to go take a leak or buy popcorn,
yep.
The little, tunnel,
yep.
Just stand we'll just stand here. And he was nice enough to stand with me. And I got to see this whole process, which I'm sure is a typical process for most bands. First, the drummer came out and they sound checked the drums. Then it was the drummer and the bass player, and they did their little thing. Then the keyboard player was added. And then the guitar player, Martin Barr, came out. And when everyone was out and everyone did their sound check, then comes the king. Then boys and girls, once again, put your favorite celebrity in the thing. Don't worry, it's Ian Anderson, who most of you probably don't even know who it is, but the lead guy from Tull. And I was just fascinated. And when he came out, they ran through a couple of songs, not completely. And there was a song that they hadn't been playing. That's a famous old Tull song called New Day Yesterday and Old Day Now. And they wanted to add it to the set. And they were working out just the ending of it. How do you want it to close? And I'm not a musician, but just being such a, like, if you were at Bruce and they were going to add Glory Days to the set and the end of it, just how they wanted to do the crescendo.
Right.
So that was fascinating. Well, what also happened during the sound check, and I had no idea from this, I mentioned earlier, the name of the album was Broadsword and the Beast, and it was this Viking kind of mythical theme to some of the songs. So there was this big dragon head on stage that was like actually a platform with stairs behind it.
Oh, wow.
And they had another side with some other ship, like a ship mast kind of thing. But what I didn't know, well, Ian starts yelling or starts into the mic about the road crew, to the road crew, that he goes, these fucking rope ladders better be up here tonight. And I didn't know. Well, part of the set was, the old rope ladders you see in these old movies with the sailors climbing up, right? There were like 4 of these rope ladders that sort of meshed together and gave this great effect. And it was part of the opening of the show, when they're raised.
Yeah.
And they didn't have time, apparently, at Nassau. They would, before the Nassau show, I think they were coming from like Pittsburgh. It was like someone threw darts and just.
Yeah.
So he was, these fucking rope ladders better be up here tonight. So, and that's the way he talked to the road crew. So anyway, I got to see the sound check. I snuck out. All I knew with this, by now it was like 5:30. I think I walked back into town and stopped at a bar and had a couple of drinks. And I didn't have a ticket. All I had was the pass. And the place was packed. And I remember clearly like it was yesterday. It's amazing. AJ and I were talking, our producer AJ, who we're grateful for helping us with this. We're talking that it's easier to remember things from 20, 30 years ago than from 2 days ago.
Yeah.
But I sat in the aisle, like picture being at the Meadowlands, like the lower level, but the first, in front of the stage, not on the side.
Yeah.
Like the best. And they didn't, the security there just let the people.
Let them do what they want.
Right. And I sat there sat in the aisle with other people. I wasn't the only person sitting in the aisle. And when the show ended, I was a little nervous, but there was the Saga bus.
Wow.
And I got on the bus and off I went